What's up? It's podcast time. Saturday night, 2-point stance, the second podcast.
Yep.
Before we get started, we'd like to wish everyone a safe and Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. A lot of stuff going on this week. Some big topics. Jim Harbaugh in the news recently, looking to decide between an NFL position and the University of Michigan.
He'll definitely be going to Michigan. That's his alma mater. And he would want to go to Oakland. Right, Ben?
I mean, why wouldn't you want to go to Oakland? It's an NFL job. There's only 32. There's 121 university jobs that are Division I schools. Why would you not want to try and get an NFL job if you can?
Ben, he'll be making $8 million a year in Michigan.
Understood.
He will be the highest paid coach in all of football.
Also understood.
So why would you not take the job?
Well, he lives in San Francisco, or in the San Francisco area. Oakland is in the same area. He wouldn't have to uproot his children. He wouldn't have to move his family. They could finish school. And if he can turn the Oakland Raiders around, I mean, that's...
Ben, I'm pretty sure his children would like to say, yeah, Daddy, turn around the University of Michigan. I mean, isn't that pretty sweet? Michigan is one of the biggest universities in all of college football.
And Oakland's a storied NFL franchise.
What has Oakland done in the past 50 years?
What has Michigan done in the last 10 years other than win a Sugar Bowl against Virginia Tech? Ooh, good job.
More than Oakland's done.
Ooh, Frank Beamer.
More than Oakland's
Beamer
done.
ball. That's what you want. You beat Frank Beamer.
Are you done?
Yes.
Good. Anyway, I almost would put money on it that he's going to sign with Michigan on a 6-year, $48 or $49 million deal. He will be the highest paid coach in all of football, including the NFL, and he's going to turn around Michigan. Michigan will be a contender by year 2. I guarantee it.
How many games did Michigan win this year?
5.
How many games do you think Harbaugh's worth?
Ben, it cannot get much worse than this. Yeah, good job, guys.
That's his Brady Hogan impression,
guys,
everyone.
We're losing by 30, but good job. You guys got it. Yeah. That's exactly what Brady Hogan does.
Wait. All right. Hypothetically,
okay.
I'm Devin Gardner.
Okay.
And I just threw an interception. How would Brady Hoke receive me on the sideline?
Oh, you got it, Devin. Yeah.
Whoa, this is uplifting.
That was a really good interception. Yeah, I mean, you made it look good. Yeah, good job.
I like that. Why did they fire him?
Well, I mean,
Don't entertain that question.
Okay.
The reason why I don't think Harbaugh should be this demigod that he's been turned into, look at the 49ers. The first 3 years, he took Alex Smith and company to the NFC title game. He took Colin Kaepernick the second year to the Super Bowl. In my opinion, they should have won that game, but that's neither here nor there. Last year, they lost to Seattle in the NFC Championship game. But Kaepernick hasn't gotten better. Like, he's plateaued, it seems. The offense this year is anemic. The University of Oregon has played 2 games in that stadium. They have scored more points in that stadium than the San Francisco 49ers have scored all year.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying, and I also believe that they made a mistake using Kaepernick the way they have this season. He was a pistol formation quarterback at Nevada.
Yes.
And that's the way they used him from the get-go.
Why would you change that?
San Francisco. I have no idea.
It's the same staff.
Yeah, I have no idea though.
Greg Roman's still calling the plays.
Okay.
You still have Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
What happened? If you're such a good coach, why would you go away from what was working?
I have no idea.
I mean, they signed Kaepernick to this big money deal, which isn't as much money as it seems.
Is it all Jim Harbaugh?
No, but...
Do you think anything has to do with the management?
Well, like with Balky?
Yeah. I
mean, the players he's getting aren't bad.
No, but do you think maybe Harbaugh wants Kaepernick to be that pistol guy, but maybe the owner or the GM is like, no, we got to be back to old 49er ways. We got to pound the ball.
Twice with pound the ball. Do you have anything else to say there, Trent? Do you want them to pound the ball some more?
Pound the ball.
Ah, 3rd down.
Yeah.
You going to kick a field goal?
Pound the ball.
You missed it.
Pound the ball.
There's no 5 downs. This isn't Colorado. Anyway, if you look at the offense, you have Vernon Davis. Now, he hasn't been Vernon Davis of old this year, but you have Michael Crabtree. You have Anquan Bolden.
Okay.
You have Brandon Lloyd. I know he's old, but the receivers are good. Better than they've had
Yeah,
in the
they were
past.
good back in 5 years ago.
But the receiving core as a whole is better than what they had last year. And if you look at it, Kaepernick his numbers aren't any better. So why are we to assume that Harbaugh is like this talent god? He's just going to like pour talent into the muscle drinks that the football players take. I've ruined this analogy, but
Okay, Vernon Davis, he's 50. Okay, so he's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Anquan Bolden, he's 60. What is he going to do? You have Michael Crabtree, the only guy who's even young on that team.
ladies and gentlemen, Trent was engaging in hyperbole. Please don't tell us that they're not really 50 and 60.
Brandon Lloyd, he's 70 by now. I mean, they're not going to get any better.
Michael Crabtree,
He's probably about 20.
he was pretty good at Texas Tech.
He was pretty good at Texas
Anyway, Harbaugh is always angry on the sideline. He doesn't look like he's having any fun. His system isn't any fun to play in. And college kids want to play in a fun system like Chip Kelly, like he's in the NFL.
I believe Andrew Luck had some fun.
That's because they won.
Oh, okay. So if you win, they have fun. What are you trying to say?
Michigan has no Andrew Luck on the roster
How do you know?
because they won 5 games.
Devin Gardner sucks. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Devin
the
Gardner.
backup quarterback was Shane Morris.
Yeah.
Was concussed. And he's no better.
Well, maybe it's not the players.
Maybe it is.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I
Talent.
just want you all to know that the last 4 years under Brady Hoke, they've either been a top 5 or top 10 recruiting class every single year. So you can't tell me that all of those players are bust. It has to come with the coaching staff. They're not getting the job done. That's why Brady Hoke's fired. That is exactly why Jim Harbaugh, if he takes the job, and I believe he will turn this team into a contender because they have talent.
Okay, but think about this. The people that know Jim Harbaugh the best, the San Francisco 49ers, they don't want him anymore. Why would you not want someone who is this great coach? He's a great developer of talent. Why would you not want him?
Egos.
I understand that. So he's worn out his welcome. What makes you think he won't do the same at Michigan? I'm going to give you an example closer to me.
Okay.
Urban Meyer at Ohio State
Okay.
basically has a lifetime contract.
And Jim Harbaugh would too if he goes there and succeeds.
Understood.
Okay.
Urban Meyer is not the abrasive personality that Jim Harbaugh is. Urban Meyer seems like a happy-go-lucky, hey, let's just do it. He's not the barker on the sideline that Harbaugh is.
What's your point? I don't understand what you're trying to get
Why
at.
would kids want to go play for somebody who's just going to yell and berate them when you can go play for people like Art Briles? Like,
He's a legend.
oh, let's slow down on the legend talk, man.
That's how high school kids view him, though. He turned around Stanford. He's turned around the Niners. He's an NFL coach. If you're a high school player, you're drooling. Especially if you like the University of Michigan, you're drooling to go play for him. Drooling.
Man, I don't know where to go from this. You just hit me with legend, and I don't know what to do with that. You threw that salmon in my lap, and I don't understand how to go from there. Is he a legend?
He's like a John Madden.
No, not
Legend.
yet.
Legend. Book it. Michigan, legend. He's going to Michigan. Guarantee it. Anyway.
Speaking of the 49ers, they aren't going to the playoffs.
Yes.
I don't know how that happened. They should be. Anyway, the Arizona Cardinals looks like they will be. The Seattle Seahawks appear as though they will be.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals have already clinched the NFC West, so they will be.
They have.
Yes.
Yes. Who else makes the playoffs?
You have, right now, it's Arizona, Detroit, Dallas, New Orleans, which they shouldn't even be in there. Anyway, Seattle and Green Bay. The only other team that can make the playoffs are the Philadelphia Eagles at 9-5.
They would have to win the East, right?
Yes. Well, they can also get into a wild card.
Can they?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at the top 2 teams, though, Arizona and Detroit, has there ever been a 1-2 in the NFC that you have less confidence in? Arizona looks like they're down on one leg, but they keep winning somehow.
Yeah, Arizona wins ball, and like you said, I have no idea how they do it.
I guess I want Bruce Arians to help me figure it out.
Yeah.
Detroit, they don't seem like a 10-4 team. They don't seem like they're that good.
I guarantee that nobody out there predicted Arizona and Detroit to be leading the NFC.
No, not at all.
After 15 weeks. There's no way.
No, I think obviously Arizona and Detroit are the top 2 seeds. I'm fine with that. I think Green Bay will end up winning the North. What?
But if Green Bay wins the North, they get the number 2 seed. over Detroit. They're in the same division.
Looking at it, obviously, Dallas is 3 right now. I don't see how anybody's going to beat New Orleans in that South division. I mean, Atlanta has a chance. I understand that. But I just think New Orleans has too much talent on offense to lose that division. Seattle, I don't think will fall out of a playoff spot. And it's really down to Green Bay if they can win in Detroit to overtake the number 2 seed.
I believe we're going to see it exactly the way it is now. Maybe switching Green Bay and Detroit, but I don't see it Philadelphia making the playoffs. I believe that it's going to be the same exact teams in it now. And New Orleans, they could end up being 8-8, or they could end up being 7-9 and making the playoffs. But like Ben said, I believe they have too much talent on their roster where they could actually go on a roll. Never know, even maybe make the Super Bowl.
If they won the Super Bowl, that would be the worst Super Bowl winning team.
Oh yeah,
of all
definitely,
time.
no, hands down.
So looking at the AFC now,
Well, besides Trent Dilfer's Baltimore Ravens, probably, and
what are you doing there? That was the best defense of all time.
And Drew Brees has one of the best offenses of all time.
The Baltimore Ravens defense was better than this New Orleans offense.
Can you prove that?
Yes.
How?
Ask Ray Lewis.
Okay.
Anyway, going to the AFC, there's a big game Monday night.
Yes.
It could have quite a bit of impact on how the momentum carries into the playoffs. Denver's the number 2 seed. Cincinnati's the 4. If Cincinnati wins that game, and let's say they get on a roll going into the playoffs, with that defense that has seemed to be playing better, I know it's against the Cleveland Browns and Johnny Manziel, but Cincinnati might be able to make a deep run. I'm not saying they'll go to the Super Bowl, but you never know.
I really don't see Cincinnati ever doing anything in the playoffs as long as Marvin Lewis and Andy Dalton are there, honestly. I do like their talent they have. I'm a big A.J. Green fan. Jeremy Hills really came on strong. But Andy Dalton, look at his stats on primetime games.
I understand. He's not very good.
No.
And if they lose Monday night, they're going to finish 9-6-1.
Yeah.
Because Pittsburgh is beating them
Right.
in Pittsburgh, Week
Yeah.
17, which would make
maybe.
which would make Pittsburgh the AFC North champion, and they'd host a first-round game.
Well, you obviously have New England 1, Denver 2, Indy 3. That order could switch, but that's guaranteed to stay the same. And then you have Cincinnati at 4.
Wait, if it's guaranteed, how could it switch?
I'm saying they're guaranteed to be the top 3. And then you have Cincinnati at 4, Pittsburgh at 5, and Baltimore at 6 as of now. I believe Cincinnati and Pittsburgh will make the playoffs, but I actually see Kansas City sneaking in there and taking Baltimore's spot.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you feel as though Kansas City, a team who can't throw the ball down the field or to their wide receivers, will make it into the playoffs?
Well, Alex Smith can't throw to his wide receivers. He just doesn't choose to throw touchdown passes to his wide receivers.
Charlie checkdown update, still no touchdowns to the wide receivers.
But they have Jamal Charles,
Yes,
who's
they
really
do.
came on strong.
Yes, he has.
And since Eric Berry unfortunately got diagnosed with a form of...
They have rallied around him.
They have, yes. And their defense has really played well. And I don't know, I see them making the playoffs.
I don't think Baltimore at this point has the team to make another long run like they did.
Put it this way, even if Baltimore does make it and Kansas City, I don't see either of them even winning a game in the playoffs. So whoever takes that number 6 seed won't do anything, in my opinion.
So from the way it appears, the playoffs are basically
I feel like they're pretty much set
they're
in stone.
almost concrete
Yeah,
at this point.
yeah, they're set in stone.
So that's good. Then there's little that could happen the last 2 weeks probably to derail this.
Yeah.
I don't see Buffalo or San Diego sneaking into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Chicago will not make it into the playoffs. We know that for a fact.
Thanks to their wonderful quarterback, Jay Cutler. Yeah.
What is going on in Chicago? I don't understand.
Well, let's see. Their first mistake was re-signing Jay Cutler for $54 million in guaranteed money.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of
That's so much money.
I mean, I believe they probably think that he's Tom Brady or Peyton Manning.
Oh, he's clearly not. He has the talent.
I'm saying because they gave him all
I
that
know
money,
that.
that's what they view him at.
He has so much talent, though, and it's just frustrating to see a player with his talent not put it together. I don't understand what's happening because Mark Trestman's system worked for Luke McCown.
Yeah.
Wait, let me scratch that. Josh McCown.
Yeah, Luke McCown doesn't.
Look, it worked for a McCown brother.
And if it works for McCown brother, it'll probably work for me.
I don't understand how Jay Cutler can't seem to use Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall.
Well, Brandon
Matt
Marshall is
Forte,
on the IR.
Earlier
fair
in the
enough,
season.
yeah.
Earlier in the season. I mean, they have Martellus Bennett. They have Matt Forte. There's so much offensive talent, and yet Jay Cutler seems to just want to throw it to the defense.
And they have Jimmy Clausen.
Man, that's rough.
Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, Jimmy Clausen is starting this week.
Jimmy football.
Yeah, you know that Notre Dame stud, that number 5-star recruit? Yeah, he's starting the game.
Number 5?
5-star recruit.
Number 5-star?
He was a 5-star recruit. Yeah, you got it.
That's bad. But you know why Trestman's doing this, though?
Yeah, it's sending a message saying you got to improve or we're going to do something about it.
No.
Then why?
He's doing it to show that it's not his system that's the problem. He's doing it to show that it's the quarterback.
Yeah, but he's also sending a message.
I know, but if he can win with McCown and if he can win with Jimmy Clausen, you got to look at that and be like, all right, well, maybe it isn't Trestman. Maybe it is Jay Cutler. Let's get rid of him.
I'm sorry, but if Jimmy Clausen even looks decent, then Jay Cutler should just retire from the NFL.
Jay Cutler should give his money back.
Yeah. All that $54 million that he's stealing from Chicago
That's basically what he's doing.
should go back into the trust fund of Chicago.
Why do they have a trust fund?
Well,
Why can't they have a bank account?
Because they got to find a new QB, so they have to entrust him with their money.
Moving along, the system in Chicago, I think, can work. I just feel as though Jay Cutler he's so set in his ways, and he gives off this attitude like, I don't care.
Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Where's Jay Cutler going to be next year, and how is he going to be there?
I definitely think that teams like Buffalo would give him a look.
But how is he going to get there? That's how I'm asking you. Is it going to be a
Trade?
trade or release?
Trade. Chicago doesn't want to eat that money next year. But then again, I can't see Buffalo trading for that big number.
Well, for those of you that don't know this real quick, if they would release Jay Cutler, they're still responsible for $15.5 million that they still have to pay him next year, even if they cut him.
And if he's on the roster after March, what happens?
If he's on the roster after March, he gets an extra $10 million.
Which is the 2016 salary
Yes,
kicking in?
yes.
Okay, so they have to release him before March.
Yeah, but either way, if they release him, he'll be getting money that he.
Well, there's no way getting out of the cap hit.
Well, they could if they trade him.
Yes, but if they release him, there's no getting out of that money.
That's why they have to find someone to take him, even if it's paying them, money to take him.
Would Houston take him?
I don't know.
Would Tennessee take him?
No, they like Mettenberger. I don't know why, but they do.
I don't know. I think Buffalo.
I'll tell you who will take him. The New York Jets.
Oh, they need so much more than just a quarterback, though. I mean, but Geno Smith and Michael Vick are about as laughable a duo as I've seen.
Geno Smith's a stud.
Did you see what Geno Smith said the other day?
Nope.
Geno Smith said that he has shown Pro Bowl flashes this season and thinks he should be given another season to prove his worth.
You know what I think? I think London should finally start an NFL team, and Geno Smith should be the star of that team. I bet they'd go undefeated, Super Bowl victory. And they can even add Jay Cutler there. They could do a little QB duo,
A little two-quarterback
Yeah,
shuffle.
yeah.
The London Redcoats.
There you go.
Breaking news on in here, people. Financiers, get behind us. Let's do this.
Let's make this thing happen. Geno Smith, Jay Cutler, you're on our team now.
T.O., you looking for a job? You out there, buddy?
Chad Ochocinco.
Here's our roster.
Yep. Who's our running back? Maurice Claret. Let's bring him back. There
Ricky
we go.
Williams.
Ricky Williams.
Run, Ricky.
He's a little older now, but
Hey, man, we got it.
we can try it out.
We can do it.
Yeah. But anyway.
That ended in flames.
Yeah. But anyway, the only teams I would even see giving Jay Cutler a chance would be New York, like you said, maybe Buffalo. I don't know, because I think that they're really behind EJ Manuel.
No.
Why?
Trent.
Right?
No, they benched him. They took him 14th overall.
And
way too early.
What did they tell him after getting benched? you're still our QB of the future.
Oh, I'm sure that's why they've stuck with Kyle Orton.
Well, maybe they like him for whatever reason.
Why would you like what EJ Manuel has done? Or for the Latin community out there, EJ Manuel? Why would you like him?
Look at his surroundings. All he has was Sammy Watkins. He has nothing
Robert
there.
Woods?
Oh, yeah, because
He's pretty good. CJ Spiller.
Yeah,
when
Robert
healthy?
Woods, he could be on that London team.
I don't want Robert Woods. He's too young. We're doing an old has-been team in London.
Because Geno Smith is really old, isn't he?
He's a has-been.
He's not a has-been. He's never started.
West Virginia.
He wasn't that good there. They just ran the offense to get him yards and points.
Ladies and gentlemen, flames coming out of your speakers. Hot takes.
Next on our list, there was a big trade that happened in the NBA.
Big.
As in really big trade.
Not that big.
Rajon Rondo goes to the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very good trade for the Mavericks. And I'll tell you why.
I think Ben's an idiot, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Rajon Rondo is remembered for being on those Boston teams.
Boston?
With Ray Allen.
How do you say Boston?
Boston.
Okay.
With Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, etc. He was good because he was surrounded by talent. When has Rondo ever been a catalyst? When would you ever want him to be your go-to point guard?
I would never want him to be my go-to scorer.
No, I didn't say scorer. I said go-to point guard.
Okay, but who has the most triple-doubles in NBA past 3 years?
Well, that's Rondo.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Okay, what are you doing there?
Well, he's not a very good shooter, but he's
not a very good shooter.
He's pretty good at driving. For being as little as he is, he's a great rebounder.
Okay, but look at Dallas. They have the number one efficient offense in the NBA. Why is Rondo going to help that? How will he help that?
What does Rondo do? He passes the ball.
Yes, he does.
He doesn't need to...
He's leading the league in assists. I understand that.
Now, what's your point? You have a team in Rondo now at point guard. Let me talk. You have Monte Ellis who can shoot and score the ball.
Yes.
You have Chandler Parsons who can shoot and score the ball.
Okay.
You have Dirk. Oh, what does he? Oh, he shoots and scores the ball.
Okay.
And then you have Tyson Chandler who just kind of stands around and plays
He's a
defense.
goalie. He's a goalie.
Yeah. So
Monte
when
Ellis...
you add, let me talk. When you have Rondo in there, what is he going to do? He's going to pass to the guys who can score. Yeah, we figured it out.
Monte Ellis needs the ball in his hands.
Yeah, he can shoot the ball.
He needs to have the ball. He's not an off-the-ball player.
Oh, he can play off the ball.
Okay, well, some numbers, some advanced metrics on Rondo. Have you heard of the player efficiency rating, Trent?
No, Ben, please explain it to me.
The player efficiency rating is from John Hollinger, a former ESPN analyst. It's an all-in-one basketball rating which attempts to boil all of the players' contributions into one number. Using this detailed formula, John Hollinger developed a system that rates every player's statistical performance. Would you like to hear some of the point guards who have a better PER than Rondo?
Yeah, enlighten me, please.
All right. Russell Westbrook, not a surprise. Steph Curry, not a surprise. Chris Paul, no surprise. Kyle Lowry, Damian Lillard, Jeff Teague, John Wall, Isaiah Thomas, Mike Conley, Alexei Shved from the 76ers, Kyrie Irving, J.J. Barea, a point guard on his own team now, Brandon Knight, Dennis Schrader, Darren Collison, Eric Bledsoe, Ty Lawson, Derrick Rose, Kemba Walker, Darren Williams, Bino Udrih has a better PER than Rondo, Andre Miller, Grandpa has a better PER than Rondo, AJ Price, Tony Parker, Ricky Rubio, Aaron Brooks, Reggie Jackson, Brandon Jennings, Devin Harris, another Dallas point guard, Corey Joseph, CJ Watson, and then Rondo.
Are you done talking?
He has the 33rd best PER among qualified point guards.
Let me know when you're done rambling on about dumb stuff so I can talk.
I've got more stats.
Okay.
What's his offensive rating? He's the worst, or he's the 8th worst offensive rated point guard in the league.
Didn't we just...
Let me talk.
Didn't we just figure out that he's not a scorer?
Norris Cole is better on offense, rated-wise, than Rondo. He's the 8th worst defensive point guard in the league. He has the 2nd worst true shooting percentage in the league, tied with Ronnie Price, and just 200ths above Elfrid Payton. His turnover percentage is 2nd highest in the league at 25.79%. He shoots 40.5% from the floor, 25% from 3, and 33.3% from the free throw line. He averages 3.1 turnovers a game, but he also averages 10.8 assists a game. He leads the NBA for point guard rebounds at 7.5. He's not that good. All the numbers I just read, which is too many, I'll admit that.
I'm tired.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. All the numbers point to Rondo is declining. He's not the point guard he once was. He's not the point guard in Boston. I don't understand why you think that this Rondo deal will make the Mavs. Do you think they'll make the Mavs an NBA title contender?
100%.
Why?
I have 3 points that I would like to make.
It's just 2-point stance.
I have 3 points that I would like to make. Number 1, Rajon Rondo is a all-star player almost every single season.
Was he an all-star last year?
He was injured. 2.
Was he an all-star the year before?
What did I tell you he was going to do for the Mavs? Pass the ball.
Oh.
So I just want to read you the assist numbers from the past 5 seasons. Okay. This year, he's at 10.8. So let's say 11. Last year, 10 a game. Then he went 11, 11, 11. So he was able to pass the ball with chumps like Kelly Olynyk.
That was last year.
Jared Solinger.
That was last year.
Phil Presley.
That was last year.
Jeff Green.
Jeff Green's not a chump.
Man, I wish I had those. We can add them to our London team because they're really good, aren't they?
Okay, but what about when he was with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce? Of course he was dropping dimes.
Yeah. So that's what he's going to be doing now. He has the same exact type of a team that he has there.
But he's broken now.
Why?
Because he's coming off not that long ago a torn ACL.
But he's leading the league this year with 3 triple doubles.
Okay, Michael Carter Williams has 2. They have 2 wins.
Yeah, but Rondo's averaging a double-double.
Rondo is also...
And he's playing for Boston.
I understand that. Who else is good on Boston?
That's my point.
Why aren't his shooting numbers better?
Because he's not a shooter.
Why aren't his scoring numbers better?
He's not a scorer.
But if he's the best player they have...
That's not good.
He's got to take over.
Rondo is a very good defensive player.
I just told you he's the 8th worst defensive point guard.
He's a very good passer, and he's a good driver. So, not driving cars, but he's good at driving the lane.
We got that.
Okay. So, he's going to help Dallas out by playing defense. He's going to help Dallas out. He's going to help Dallas out by passing the ball.
I'll have you know that J.J. Barea and Devin Harris are rated higher on their defensive rating than Rondo.
Do you want a medal?
Why do you keep saying Rondo's a good point guard or a good defensive point guard when the numbers say otherwise?
Well, guys, I guess if LeBron James gets traded to the Dallas Mavericks and replaces Chandler Parsons in the lineup, it's probably not going to help you out because LeBron isn't playing very good defense this year. Boom. Done, end of story.
That's not even the same.
Why?
Why is that the same?
How is it not?
Rondo is not the caliber of player
Oh,
of
why though?
LeBron James. Because LeBron James is quite possibly the best basketball player I've ever seen.
Well, you haven't seen a whole lot.
I've seen plenty.
Ben, when did you start watching basketball?
2006.
Okay, that's my point. Anyway, I'm just making a point that you say Rondo's not going to help because he's lacking on defense. Well,
you just said he'd be good on defense, and I'm showing you that he has been awful on defense this year.
He would be good on defense when he's on a team that he's going to care about.
Why would... You're infuriating.
No. So I'm just trying to point out LeBron's struggling on defense this year, but LeBron's been known to be pretty good on defense. But this season, he's struggling. So he would not help out the Dallas Mavericks.
No. Of course LeBron would help out the Dallas Mavericks.
No, he wouldn't.
He's the best point guard in the league, and he doesn't even play point guard. Trent, do you want to move on?
Please.
That was smooth. All right. NBA plus minus.
Okay, hit me with it.
6 teams. Ready?
Hit me with it.
Cleveland, projected for 49 wins. You taking the over or the under?
That's a pretty tough one, honestly. I'm going to go over.
You're going to go over 49 wins?
I'm going to go over 49 wins.
Chicago, projected for 53 wins. You going over or under?
I'm going over with Chicago.
Really?
I am.
All right, well, a little side note. Cleveland or Chicago? Who wins the Central?
Chicago.
Oklahoma City is projected for 39 wins. Now that's skewed because of the injuries to Durant and Westbrook. However, I think that as the rate that they've been going lately, that number is a little too low. So I'm going to bump it up to 42.
They're definitely going to go over 42. They have arguably the best duo in the game in Kevin Durant.
Oh, there's no
and,
Russell Westbrook's playing out of his mind.
They're
this
definitely
year.
going to be higher than 42.
All right. Golden State, with this blistering start that they've come out with, Steve Kerr is doing one hell of a job in Golden State. They're projected for 72 wins.
If Golden State gets 72 wins, I'm done watching basketball. If there's no way that team should win 72. They're a very good team, but there's no way they should win 72, so I'm taking under.
I was going to say, it sounded like you're taking the under. San Antonio, the defending champs. Right now, they're on pace for 51.
I'm going to take the over with them.
See, I would actually take the push with that one. I think that's a good number for them.
We're playing over and under.
I know. I'm the moderator. I'm taking the push. The Los Angeles Lakers.
Kobe Bryant, baby.
25 wins is what they're on schedule for.
I'm going to take the lower because I want a better lottery pick for them, so lower.
A little bit of a little bias there?
No, never. I don't like the Lakers.
Bonus, the 76ers, with this blisteringly cold start that they're off to, they're on pace for a grand total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Over.
Wow. Really?
They have 2 wins right now.
I understand that.
They'll get 5 more wins.
Against who? The Knicks?
Probably. They're pretty good.
The Knicks actually have more losses than the 76ers.
Over.
Trent, is there anything else you'd like to discuss before we end the show?
I don't think so. Is there anything you would like to discuss, Ben?
Actually, there is.
What would that be?
Made a small error earlier. Yesterday night, a little bit of self-confession time. We were discussing football, the NFL, the Dolphins. I said that Mike Wallace was no good. I thought about what I've done, and I'd like to apologize.
Yeah, for the record, he thought Jarvis Landry. And I bet hardly any of you have even heard of him. But anyway, he said Jarvis Landry was better than Mike Wallace.
I did.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I think he will be in time.
Yeah, maybe in 10 years when Mike Wallace retires.
This has been the 2 Point Stance Podcast, the second podcast, as I mentioned earlier. For Trent Noop, I am Ben Winks. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.